Last night, I turned on Amouranth's stream and she's crying and I did not know what was going on. And what I found was absolute insanity. I've heard in the past of things like this happening. It is, I would say, because of the industry that she's in, because she's a sex worker, it's like borderline sex trafficking. It's definitely pimping. It's abusive. It's exploitative. And I could not comprehend how this got to this point that it did, especially with someone that I know, like someone that I've met, someone that I've hung out with, someone that I know is like a strong, independent figure, right? Turns out Amouranth was in a domestically abusive marriage for the past 7 years. And the husband was basically dominating her life in every capacity. Had you met her husband before? No, I did not know that she had a husband. This was something that a lot of people were like memeing about, right? People were like, oh, Amouranth is a secret husband. Amouranth has a secret husband. And it's like, okay, but now you found out that like the secret husband was responsible for the husband being a secret. Like she wanted to reveal it. You know what I mean? And people are still somehow mad at Amouranth. And at that point, I think it's a perfect example of the reality that you just fucking hate women. Like you don't, like this person is a victim in every sense of the fucking word, and you're still finding a way to like flip this on her. You just hate women. That's what it is. When I first saw this, I could not comprehend it. I was like, how the fuck could this happen? I saw some of the text messages. Her husband literally fucking being like, you have to stream or I'll kill your dog. You have to stream or I'll kill your horse. He has control over the fucking bank account. So he's like, I'm gonna liquidate every fucking asset by dumping it into like shitty crypto. $250,000 down the drain. $400,000 down the drain. Like a nightmare situation. Here, let's get started on this, okay? Here, trigger warning, domestic abuse. This is a very serious subject. It's weird because like Amouranth is an institution in and of herself. It's weird because like I've met this person. She has, you know, assistants with her all the time. Like it's just also puts her Vice video from a while in a different perspective. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like domestic abuse is such a tricky situation to like analyze and encounter and observe and be able to identify, because oftentimes, because it's the closest person to you, both physically and emotionally, that they can get you to stop revealing anything. They can stop you from revealing everything. This is a person that you trust. This is a person that you, from what I understand, like I've been in an abusive relationship, but I've never seen anything obviously to this degree. I've never experienced anything obviously to this degree, but like you can literally, you just defend the partner from every instance of victims that I've talked to, from everything I know. These kinds of abusive situations are really hard to interpret from the outside, even if you're super fucking close to these people. You can literally be their friend and not know because they'll just hide it. They don't want to believe it personally. You might be in a fucking abusive relationship without recognizing it right now. You might be in an exploitative relationship without recognizing it currently because you're like, I love this person. I've been with this person for so long. That feeling of comfort and security that person has given you throughout that relationship is something that you want to desperately cling on to. And some people are fucking demons and they take advantage of that. And there's a cycle of abuse. And it seems like Amouranth 100% was a part of that cycle of abuse with her domestic partner, with her husband. What I understand, things went south when, and I cannot believe this was the most insane part of this to me. Apparently she wanted to go to Disneyland. She had not taken a day off and her husband was not letting her take a day off from streaming. And she said, if you want to go take if you want to take a vacation to Disneyland, have to stream 24 hours. And this was that 24-hour stream. And this is what like finally caused her to break down, it seems like. And there's obviously probably a lot of information that we're not privy to, but it was a forcible labor circumstance, and these text messages and the phone conversations will basically show that to you. Let's get started with this though. Amouranth has revealed that she has a husband. Along with revealing his abuse, he has threatened to kill her dogs, take all their money, and forced her to stream.
You say you were gonna kill my dogs.
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave you know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're answering my fucking, telling you, literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were gonna kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not say that. Now you're just fucking being a liar.
I'm not.
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier. Are you saying you did not say that?
I tried.
This person is like so insane. The text messages, the things that he is like so comfortable stating, like it blows my fucking mind that a human being can just be like, yeah, no, you're gonna fucking do this. You know what I mean? You're gonna do this. In that moment, like he is so comfortable in abusing and exploiting Amouranth that he doesn't even give a fuck. Like he's live in front of thousands of people, and he's literally fucking behaving like he has very obviously behind closed doors. That shit is crazy.
To tell you what I heard from you, and then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say?
What are you even talking about? You brought up the dogs out of nowhere.
Exactly.
So
What
point is it improving?
See? You're proving my point right now.
What? I'm asking you to... I don't even understand what you're saying to me.
My point is, are you listening or not? If you're not, then get the fuck out.
I'm literally listening, but you're not making any sense.
Well, no, you're not listening because it makes perfect sense. I'm gonna say it one more time. If you don't get it, I need you to get the fuck out.
Apparently he's a streamer,
Why?
by the way. Like, which is crazy. He forced her to continue saying she was single and commit to being a hot tub streamer. So there was a point in the relationship when they started going to therapy, from what I understand. And when they went to therapy, she said that things got a little bit better. Now, of course, this is a cycle of abuse. It's a repeat pattern. Once someone is like abusive to you, it's almost like Pandora's box. I believe in redemption. I believe in leading by empathy, even towards criminals, as I've talked about time and time again. But oftentimes when they're in that situation, it's clear that like most people don't want to fucking grow out of it because they're just waiting for the next moment. They're just waiting for the next opportunity to go back to their old fucking ways. And from what I understand, there were instances where she wanted to legitimately feel like things were good. And there was this whole, relapse, I guess, after therapy component to it. Things seemingly were getting better. So after that, the hot tub meta popped off. And he was like literally telling her to be in the fucking hot tub nonstop. And once the hot tub meta popped off, that cycle of abuse exploded once again.
The therapist even told him that it's a form of like psychological abuse, and that I'm basically living in a fancy prison. And then he was changed for a bit, and then the hot tub meta arose, and he was like, oh, this is an opportunity. And then he turned into an asshole again when I agreed to commit to the grind because it was a good financial opportunity for us. I've been wanting to tell people that, like, let's just stream together. Just tell them that we're fucking married. Because it's like, our relationship would be better if we just stream them. And it's fighting all the time. But no, mister, don't say that because it's going to ruin the business model. It's not time yet. Fuck yourself. I'm done with it. You want me to tell them I'm single? It's about to be true. Piece of shit.
Then he threatened to leave her. So when she says like, I'm going to leave you, he has complete financial control over her life. From what I understand, two-factor authorization, the two-factor authentication is like controlled by his phone number. He has access to the bank accounts. What do you mean how? He was like a husband and a business manager. How do you guys not understand at this point? At first, I didn't fucking get it. At first, I did not understand it. At first, I could not comprehend it either. So I'm being very charitable to people who don't get it, because I was like, how is this even physically possible that someone can get to this point? Someone can be abused this much. And that is because we're very privileged and very fortunate people. Okay. That's the truth. I am a person with a profound amount of privilege that it's not within my realm of comprehension, but that's what this is. If this person has been around before she even blew up, she feels as though he knows the real her. You know what I mean? People, when they become famous, have a fear that like no matter who they encounter, they are going to want something from them. They're going to want not just who they are as a real human being, who they are when the cameras are off, but just what they can offer them. So that's one other reason why people like this sometimes can find themselves trapped in a relationship and like routinely try to justify it internally in their minds to say, oh, well, this is the real me and this person loves the real me, and like maybe it will get back to the good days, the good old days. And this person very clearly took over every aspect of her life, every facet of her life.
With 1 million, and I'm gonna take the rest because I worked harder than you. It's like, and if you don't agree, then I'm gonna burn it all in court. I'm gonna put it all in fucking crypto. Blah. There's always threats, always threats. All the fucking accounts are like two-factor under his number, and he has all like the login information of things. It's like keeps you there with the fear and the threats. You fear that he's gonna do something to your animals, and then he's nice again. and it says everything's gonna be okay.
Then there are some text messages that she had screenshotted from him
Like,
calling her a dumb fuck, supposedly throwing money away from her accounts, and his threats when she wasn't responding to him. This will probably offer a little bit more clarity for those of you who don't understand it. For those of you who are like still having a hard time comprehending it, these text messages, like when I saw them, I was like, this dude is also, and this is not an excuse for his behavior, but it's very clear that this dude is also mentally incredibly unwell. Okay, you don't write shit like this if you are mentally sound.
Dumb fuck, do you understand? Like, what Plain and talking about? It's like, fuck this, I'm calling you. So I disappeared from stream. Take a call. So I'm gonna tell them I can't talk right now. We're getting Wi-Fi. I don't care. You get the call now. Last chance. About to dump your luggage. You know, from my hotel room. But throwing your stupid merch off the balcony. Proceeding to ditch your stuff. You don't need the makeup or the live view, like the stream epic, or the clothes, huh? Deleting social media in 1 minute. Buying options that expire and blasting the cash. About to shut down your bank account too. Lag is terrible. Stream is garbage.
Lag is terrible. This stream is garbage. Like, this shit is like an abusive boss, but it's additionally fucked up because, like, if this was just your boss, it would be illegal. It's criminal if this is just your boss, but it's not just her boss. It's her husband and also the person that controls every aspect of her life. Think about that. Like, the most deranged, psychotic behavior. Gonna donate 250K to Palomasi in next 2 minutes. 250K gone. I will donate 500K in 3 minutes. If no call in 1 minute, I will absolutely make sure Kieran goes to the meat packing house.
I have to delete Twitter in 30 seconds. If you don't call me, your phone's literally off, right? I'm just like, it literally died.
The wording is like a disgruntled parasocial viewer. That's what I thought too. That's the most insane part about it. Like, I've read sequence of words like this on the internet a lot. I encounter shit like this a lot I have like stalkers, parasocial fans, you know, deranged people online that are going through like a manic episode or something like that. And it reads exactly in the same way. It's just like, it's crazy.
I would lock my door, but he broke that too. And so I ran in here to call the cops, and he literally kicked the door in and broke, like, this doesn't even have a hinge anymore. And then he also, another day, right from the ST Peach game, he was like trying to smash my phone against my computer, tried to pour monster on my computer,
timing,
and then
but
took
I
the
need
fucking
$50,000.
took like one of the objects in my room. I think it was like one of the chairs or one of the tables, and like hit it against this wall and made this. This was my dog. But this was him. Fucking water
No
bottles
one
and
should
shit,
be
just
putting hands
gross
on
things,
you
and
in
I'm
other
like,
than a
"You throw it at
loving
me." He's like,
manner.
no, I didn't. I threw it in your direction, but not at you, to the side of you. Didn't hit you.
The wild part about it, of course, because it's fucking Twitch and because it's Amouranth, an institution, the chat was fucking insane. What I mean by that, people were literally partially being like, fuck you, bitch, you deserve it. People were partially being like, you're lying, whatever. You know, you had the freaks. And then you had the other freaks that were like, oh, baby, you look so hot right now. I would treat you so well. I would treat you much better than that guy, which blew my fucking mind. I see stuff like that. I'm like, I can't. This is insane. Like, it just, how? Like, people trying to use this as an opportunity to flirt with her. Like, while she's literally going through a fucking mental breakdown. You're back from her when you reached out? No, because I don't know who controls her accounts anyway. The continuation of this domestic abuse and the continuation of this exploitation relies on Amouranth being isolated from everyone. Because if she feels like she has a comfort, if she feels like she can have a support system outside, this is why partners always should maintain a level of independence in relationships, in loving relationships, in trusting, loving, healthy relationships. Partners should always have something beyond codependency because that keeps the relationship healthy, and also on top of that, that kind of independence will allow you to get a cooler head that is outside of the immediate cycle of abuse to offer feedback. But you have a dozen assistants constantly surrounded. That's what fucks with me the most. The only guy who found his courage was that cameraman. That's what I don't understand. This is only just happening. The final moment of the stream, one of her assistants walks in and then the stream cuts out.
Hello?
What's happening? I've been trying to call you.
I haven't gotten any calls.
Are you taking your medicine? Is everything else happening?
What are you talking about?
Can you come talk to me? I just want to talk to you.
Why would you ask me if I'm taking
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's like something is moving in that situation, but
Why would you ask me if I'm taking
Like the door moves, but I don't know if that's the assistant talking to her through the door. And she says, "Are you taking your medications?" We don't know what that is. We don't need to know what that is really, but and then her internet cuts out. From context of this, he's been threatening to turn off her internet the whole time.
I've been wanting to tell people that, like, let's just stream together. Just tell them that we're fucking married. Because it's like, our relationship would be better if we just stream them. And it's a fighting all the time. But no, mister, don't say that because it's going to ruin the business model. It's not time yet. Fuck yourself. I'm done with it. I'm not going to fuck you anymore.
An effort to make her look crazy is part of it. Did you take your meds? Her silence meds? No, it's just like you say that. If you say that on camera, it's just weird. And it made me feel like, because that I met her assistants. They seem like nice people. They seem very close. Like when she went on the Leftovers podcast, like she came to my house, you know what I mean? Like, and these are people that are like constantly around her, right? 24/7. And I thought that it was one of the things that I thought about immediately when this was coming out was like, how the fuck did nobody in her immediate circle say or do something about it? You know what I mean? And maybe they were afraid of losing their jobs. Or they working for the husband? I just don't know. But it does strike me as like almost like a Britney conservatorship situation where everyone is like motivated by the money and control that the husband has. So their job security relies on the husband. You know what I mean? Like if she can control the bank accounts like that and make these kinds of decisions on Amouranth's behalf when they literally are hurting her. I mean, there's another threat here as well. He made a threat.
Tell me what I didn't say, especially if the context is literally I was waiting for a response. You're just calling me crazy then.
I didn't say you were.
This part is fucking insane because like it's very clearly it's clear that he's gaslighting her, right? In a weird way. Like normally I would say, oh my God, it's so much worse to cover this kind of thing. It's so much worse to have this be live on camera. But seems like this is one of those instances where like in a weird way, it seems like the only way to get out of it. You know what I mean? Doing it live is evidence. Like doing it live it makes it permanent. And even now, even when she's doing it live, it's very obvious that there are still people that don't fucking believe her. And part of the reason why people don't believe her is because she's a woman. Men often do not want to be empathetic to the plight of women in situations like this. And also because she's a sex worker. So like, it's just like a double bind of you know, doubly misogynistic shit where people just like don't see you as a human being in any meaningful capacity.
Crazy.
No. Dude, I'm gonna give you one last chance. I'm gonna irrevocably fucking destroy.
Like those text messages, I have no doubt in my mind that those text messages are real, especially after hearing this. Because he is basically saying the exact same shit that he's saying in those text messages, just live on camera, which is fucking nutty. He is so comfortable in gaslighting, in abusing and controlling this person that she literally can be unhinged like this and not think about it at all. Like not think about how he's coming across. Doesn't matter if he didn't know it was live, which by the way, I don't know how he didn't know that she was live. I thought someone that has that level of control over her life, how the fuck did he not know? There's no shot.
I can tell you something that shatters you forever, and I'll start tweeting about it too.
But what? Why would you want to do that? I don't understand.
Because you are literally telling me I did not say something that I literally said.
That should be okay to let me.
You're just right here. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. You're about to lose your entire fucking life in terms of everything that's been built because you're too obstinate to just merely accept that you didn't hear a thing. But I'm already very forgiving about that.
Because you
But no,
literally
you
did.
want to go forward. No, you want to go aggressive, and you want to say, no,
Phone conversation was muted at first on stream until he started doing this stuff, threatened the dogs, and then she unmuted. Like, how did this guy not think that this would be live? Like, he wanted her to be live 24/7.
That doesn't fucking help that like all the fucking accounts are like two-factor under his number and he has all like the login information of things, you know? It's like keeps you there with the fear and the threats. And you fear that he's gonna do something to your animals. And then he's nice again. And says everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm sorry. I won't do that. Don't get.
The only reason why he would have felt secure and safe to be able to have this conversation with her is because he's so confident in his own abuse. He's comfortable because he's like, I've done this so many fucking times that there's no shot she's live on camera. You know, because like sometimes she just walks away from the camera And it's obvious that like from those text messages that he'll be texting her and being like, get the fuck away from the camera right now to talk to me on the phone right the fuck now. Why is your stream lagging? Like even when it's things outside of her control, why is your stream not at 20K? Like insane things. So he probably felt so arrogant, so narcissistic, and so comfortable that she wouldn't dare unmute and show this. You know what I mean? He was just, I mean, this is a pimp. Like he was a pimp. He was pimping her. I feel a little uncomfortable talking about a friend's personal life on social media, but I also feel stupid for not noticing any of this. As far as I know, she's currently safe, and that's the important part. That's what Peach Jars said. This is her second account. I also want to note I trust their support system, and she also has many people around her willing to support her as well. This is rough to see online, but I have full faith in her, is what Peach Jars said. Dude, this is it's like a nightmare. It is a horrifying situation that Amouranth is in, and I really hope that she'll be able to get through and get away from this as quickly as possible.